from Homs. Now, female genital mutilation has been illegal in the UK for more than 3 decades, and the government has pledged to wipe it out worldwide in a generation. But Ch4 News has been speaking to one woman, a bank worker living in Scotland, who claims that if she and her children are deported to Nigeria, her husband may force their daughter to be cut. Theresa May was challenged about her case in the House of Commons today. And just to warn you, as you might expect, there are graphic details in this report.
Lola has built a comfortable life for herself and her 2 children. After studying in Aberdeen, she got a well-paid job at a bank and bought a house near Edinburgh. Now, though, she lives in daily fear of being deported to Nigeria, where she says her 3-year-old daughter may be forced to undergo female genital mutilation.
She doesn't deserve to go through that because she's the most beautiful thing on earth.
Lola's ordeal began 7 years ago when her parents, a teacher and university official in Nigeria, arranged a marriage for her with an older man who she claims repeatedly abused her.
It was a normal thing for him to give you a slap or slam the iPad on your face and throw the remote at you and break the walls in the house and be so terrifying. And all you do was just to pray, oh God, let the demon fly away. There were days I had said no, that he strangled my neck and I had to bite him to get out of where he was, where he had strangled me in the kitchen, and he came upstairs and was just raining these abuses on me.
The alleged abuse has been documented by social services. One day, Lola says the violence became extreme.
What he did was he went into the kitchen, drew out a kitchen knife, and for somehow my phone was in my hands, was when I rang the police to come in because I literally peed in my pants.
Because you were so terrified?
Because I was so terrified.
She says the abuse started because her husband was determined to get their daughter cut.
He sees it as a way to cleanse her, and she'll be pious and right and upstanding.
And how do you see FGM?
I see it as the most horrible thing that could ever be done to a girl. It should just be eradicated completely from the surface of the earth, because no girl deserves to go through that.
It seems to Lola her husband is obsessed with FGM, a practice illegal in both the UK and Nigeria, but carried out in both countries.
It's a lifestyle. Every other time we have the conversation and he remembers he has a daughter, that's what comes to his mind. And he doesn't see the smile on her face. He just sees the fact that she's not been caught and she's not yet a right standing girl to be alive and to relate with people. He talks about it all the time. All the time.
A year ago, according to Lola, she was stopped by immigration officials. She believes her husband cancelled the visa she shared with him while she was out of the country. She's now facing deportation, and the Home Office has made her give up the job she loved. Lola's case has been taken up by her local MP, Bardell. She's written repeatedly to the Home Secretary, but accuses the Home Office of mishandling the case.
So the errors have been numerous. First of all, the time taken to respond, failure to recognise that a 3-year-old child is under threat of mutilation. And then thirdly, we had the Home Office writing to us after a number of weeks, nearly months, initially saying they would prioritise it, then changing their mind, then saying it was a priority again, but no proper oversight by the Home Secretary who we'd written to.
Today, she directly confronted the Prime Minister.
Her face smashed with an iPad, her body beaten and forced to abort a baby girl. This is only some of the domestic abuse my constituent Lola Ilesamni has faced by her estranged husband because she has refused the genital mutilation of her daughter. Lola is educated, has a mortgage and had a good job with RBS until the Home Office revoked her right to work. I have been writing to the Home Office since March and have got nowhere. So will the Prime Minister now intervene to stop this family being deported and this 3-year-old girl being subject to female genital mutilation?
Prime Minister.
I say to the Honourable Lady, the issue of female genital mutilation is one on which I think we are all agreed across this whole House. It is an abhorrent activity. It should not be taking place.
As Home Secretary, the Prime Minister strengthened the law on FGM and pledged to do more to stamp it out in the UK. Lola hopes she will now intervene.
See, she's a woman and she lives as a full woman on the surface of the earth, and in her mind and her heart she should put a stamp to eradicate FGM on the surface of the earth, because that's what she will be remembered for.
Now, some might say that, there are many Nigerian women and girls here who may be at risk of FGM if they're deported. The UK, can't give leave to remain to all of those Nigerian women living here. What do you say to that?
I have lived my life here, not depending on benefits. I don't even want benefits. I have always worked and paid my taxes for the past 6 years that I have been in the UK. I have my house that I live in. I pay my mortgage. I don't want to see all of that just thrown away because of a man. Because this in itself is a man who has controlled me for the past 6 years and is still controlling me now.
It's not only her husband's wrath she fears.
I live in constant fear of somebody coming to the door, chopping it down, or somebody coming to say, we're going to take you to Nigeria now, and my daughter's life is just going to go that way, and I might not get to see her again because they will take her off me.
Well, we put these allegations to Lola's husband. He denies any wrongdoing. He says he does not support FGM and would not subject his daughter to it. He also denies allegations of verbal and physical abuse. The Home Office have not responded to our request for comment.
Theresa May